Folks, there are days that I wake up and I'm telling you, it is like I am watching a car accident happen in slow motion. And today is definitely one of those days. Here's the headline. The 17 states that follow California's emission standards and might now ban gas cars, if you can believe that. And look, this is the article is about a week old now, but I need to address this because this is just, the lunacy within this is just off the charts. And so the articles end up saying, under the Clean Air Act, states must abide by the federal government's standard vehicle emission standards unless they at least partially adopt California's stricter requirements. And over the years, over the decades actually, California has always had stricter emission requirements. So the article goes on, states including, here it is, Washington, Massachusetts, New York, Oregon, and Vermont are expected to adopt California's ban on new gasoline-fueled cars. And if you remember a couple weeks ago or a week ago, I actually did an article on California and how they're getting rid of getting rid of gas cars, going straight to electric. Where is this going to end? Other states that follow, they're still debating upon this. Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Maryland, New Jersey, my home state, New Mexico, District of Columbia, and Rhode Island, and Colorado and Pennsylvania, they're expected not to follow any of this. Folks, this is all under the guise of climate control and trying to reduce greenhouse gases and carbon emissions. But the elephant in the room that you're not addressing in all of this is that it takes power to fill electric cars up. In fact, if you really do a study on, how much carbon that these vehicles actually produce, most power plants still globally are coal powered. So until you actually reduce that, you're not going to lower the actual carbon emission of putting the electricity into it. And then if you account for how much electricity goes in there versus how much energy is actually in a gallon of gasoline, I'm telling you, there is actually more carbon emissions from the electricity produced than the gasoline in itself. This doesn't even account for the lithium and all the other heavy metals that equate for creating the batteries to produce this, plus the manpower, plus the, there's so many costs associated with creating an electric car, and then they're pushing this. So what is this really all about? Well, folks, you've heard me talk about this many, many times before. This is all about control. This is all about controlling how much energy you produce and where you go and when you can go. I mean, let's look a little bit into the future of what happens when everybody goes electric. It will likely be utter chaos as you end up having lines of people trying to wait just for the charging station, because chances are people aren't going to be able to afford the actual charging station at home. Folks, this is just on the road to absolute disaster, and surely I can't be the smartest guy in the room. If you're smart too, you've got to stand up for this and just go against it, because it's not gonna end well. Folks, that's my word today. I hope that this has at least maybe opened your eyes up to what's kind of going on here. It's definitely, definitely a Romans 1 path of destruction here, where people are worshiping the creation and not the creator himself. So folks, if you like this video, I'd love to see a little check down below. And if you haven't subscribed, hey, time to get on the bandwagon for this. So anyway, hopefully everybody's still having a good weekend. And yeah, hope to see you next time.